yogis. Excuse me. Hi, Val. Good morning. Perfect. What is in my... trying to think what what we can see over here. Ah, my microphone. Welcome, yogis. It's beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Happy to have you join and take some time to sort of set your day straight this morning. Meaning, we get this opportunity in this practice of yoga to pause and touch base with ourselves, with our lives, and kind of go back to that space. You hear me say the same message over and over, back into that heart space and a space of love that allows us to attempt as best we can to move gracefully through our lives, through our days, and allows us to then have a little bit more peace inside, right, as we move in our truth. So as we move today, a couple of more challenging balance poses, and we're going to bring some of that in to sort of awaken that spirit inside of being challenged by balance. And then, of course, some juicy, delicious stretches and things like that. I do encourage, if you have a block or 2 blocks, to have them, or you can use books. And if you are looking for blocks, I can lead you to where you can buy some if you need some as well. So as we gather, see people gathering, thank you. We're going to find our way to whatever seat is comfortable for you. I have 2 blocks, and if you'd like to sit up onto a blanket, I really do encourage that. So important to get a little bit more lift into your lower back as you spread those sit bones, and then just drop into this beautiful practice, our physical practice, that practice of breath, and that practice of focus. So just dropping into that. And today, just let the shoulders melt away from the ears, and just take in this practice, but also take in this beautiful day. It is just a beautiful sunny morning. Notice how that feels this weekend of Father's Day weekend. So important to me. My father was a beautiful person in my life and in many people's lives. And I always loved that Father's Day fell right next to my birthday. And it used to be special to share it with him, and I still share it with him in my heart. And it just plants me back down into the earth and reminds me of what is important, and reminds me of that space of love, and reminds me of that space of these beautiful relationships of humans that are in our lives, and pets and angels, but just pauses me from charging ahead and brings me back to the simplicity, right, or not so simple place of love, tenderness, kindness. So as we melt into our bodies, melt into our practice, just pause here. And begin to notice the breath as it rises and falls in your body. Feeling the inhales and exhales, just allowing them to be a grounding force in your life, right? For me, I love the sound of the breath, that lovely breath as it flows in and out like the ocean waves. Just feel the breath now and begin to move it into that pranayama of Ujjayi pranayama, my favorite breath. You just let it kind of take over you. There's vibration, there's sound. There's a slight narrowing into the back of the throat. So just going to show you that kind of energy that it is. It's that kind of, it's if you're fogging up a pane of glass or a mirror, that kind of back of throat, but it's with the lips closed. So there's a little bit of effort with this breath, but this creates this vibration as you breathe in and out through the nose. Rise and fall. The inhales and exhales again through this nose, creating vibration, and then tap into that beautiful sound, right? That sound that just endlessly brings us back, focusing the mind. Stay with it just a little bit longer. Just get lost in the breath. Beautiful, and then bring these palms together to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just feel that as those fingertips touch the heels of the hands, maybe your knuckles, or maybe you keep the knuckles a little separated like that lotus, right? As that lotus flower begins to open. And bow into your heart center. And just returning to this place inside you that's peaceful, and we get to visit that here just in, maybe in the full practice, maybe in bits and pieces, and then take it into the world with us. One more breath. Beautiful, and then from here, just begin to lift your head up. We're gonna keep these palms together, melt the shoulders down the back of the body, and then just feel the navel lifting in and up, and that heart space opening. And just as you draw the palms together with connection, not force, feel that space. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, take an inhale, sit a little bit taller. And we're gonna take that left hand to the right knee and right hand comes behind, moving into a twist like that. That inhale, we lengthen. And then exhale, we begin to slip into that twist. Heart opens. Go ahead, 2 more breaths like that. Just feel these first twists. Exhale, releasing into it. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly just come back through to center and then bring the palms back together. Lift the navel in and up. Find that space. And then from here, coming to the other side, that right hand to that right knee, and that left hand slips behind you. You grow long. And then begin to take that twist. Beautiful. Feel the energy, feel the breath through your body. Nothing pushy, again, just connecting. 1 more breath here. And then slow, coming back through to center. We're gonna take and bring these feet together and move into Baddha Konasana. Keep it a little bit wider today. And remember, if you have those blocks, you can, or books or cans of soup, you can slide them underneath the knees, right, to support them. Or for me, I take them a little bit back towards the thigh. Take a breath and then inhale. And then exhale, I want you to sit back, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, and get that space into the back of the shoulder blades, back of neck. And just pause there, this rounded spine. Right, breathing in, breathing out, the back of the body. Yeah, don't force it, just notice how it feels as you pause into there and let go of the force and just let gravity breathe in and out. One more breath here. And then begin to lift up. Lift the navel to get that length in the spine. And then from here, coming forward, just slide the hands down. Maybe the shins, maybe they wrap around the toes. And just rock a little bit, side to side. Yeah, feels good. Should feel good into the waist, into the spine, into the shoulders, into the neck. One more breath here. So we're just softly opening up the lower back. Take another inhale. Just lift the navel, lengthen the spine. Exhale back into it, out through the mouth. Yeah, notice how that feels as you let go. A little bit deeper now. Again, not with force. And just take 2 more breaths here. Nice, full, even, soft breaths. They can be both in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then slowly tuck the chin, tuck the tail, and roll yourself up. And we're going to take this right leg long out in front of us. And then we're going to take this left leg and we're going to cross it over the top. So hopefully you can see my legs a little bit. So the legs are crossed over each other and you're sitting tall. And remember, you might have slipped that blanket in underneath the bum. And fingertips can come alongside your body, right? And just lift them up a little bit and send lift the navel in and up and send that heart forward as you flex through the feet. Yeah. And feel that breath, inhale. And that exhale. Right here is quite a lot, right? So be kind. And then maybe you begin to walk the hands out just a little bit. Yeah. And breathe into the back of the body. Notice how that feels. Yeah, just take your time, rock it out a little bit. Feels good, right? So energy up the backs of the legs, lower back. Take another breath, inhale, and then exhale. Maybe a little deeper, but please, it's not forced. We're not even 10 minutes into our practice, so just be kind. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly, really lift the navel in and up. Tuck the chin and just roll yourself up. And you're just going to love this, I promise. Hands come down alongside. You're not going to love this so much. We're going to take and draw these knees in. So there's kind of that lifting of the heart center, the zipping up of the core, and try and keep these legs nice and tight. Inhales and exhales. Yes. Get the core working here, not just the hips, but the core. One more breath. Beautiful. Now from here, bring the feet down onto the earth. Yeah. And then from here, we're going to take that left leg long and take this right leg over. Shift the sit bones. Yes. Sit nice and tall as we come to the other side. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. And feel that nice energy up the legs, right? The core lifting us up. This is a little bit of more core than anything else. Especially if you're really tight in the hips like me, especially in the morning. And then take another breath, inhale. And then slowly just begin to walk out a little bit. But I find we have that tendency to just go bang right into the full stretch. I want you to slow it down. Notice how this feels. Should be up the legs, lower back, hips. Take a few more breaths. Beautiful. Maybe you walk out a little bit, but again, slowly connected. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to take one nice big inhale, fill us up, and then exhale out through the mouth. And just pause into that. Stay with the breath, not the force, please. Good. And again. Beautiful. And then just tuck the chin, release the hands, and roll yourself up. And hands again, they just come down alongside you, maybe a little bit behind you, and then lift these knees up. Other side, really again, zip up that pelvic floor, but stay long into that lower back. And of course, you can always bring the feet down, whatever it is. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slow, bring the feet down and cross them. And we're going to make our way around, coming into tabletop, hands and knees position. So as we find this hands and knees, I just want you to kind of rock the hips side to side and the torso the opposite direction. So for me, I'm taking my hips to the left at first and my torso's moving over to the right. And just kind of breathing into that left hip. And then coming through center, use the core to take that shift of the spine. Take the hips to the right and torso to the left. Feel that breath into your hip. Good. And then just here, slow, moving back, other side, depending on what side you're on. Take another breath. And then one more time, back through center and over opposite direction. Good. And then come here, back to neutral. And we're going to curl the right toe under, and we're going to lift that chest. Open up that heart, that cow pose, but with one toe curled under. And then we're going to round into that cat, pushing out of the hands, breathing into the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the tail, heart moves forward. And exhale, rounding. 1 more like that. Lifting. Exhale, tucking. And then keep the right toes curled under and just sit back a little bit into it. So there's so many versions of this shape that you can take. We're trying to get a nice stretch into the toes of that right foot, up the sole of the foot. So you might just sit back into that one side. You might even sit up, a little more awkward with only one toe turned under, but just find it for you. And again, watching your knees. This is my right side. I have my knee that bothers me sometimes, so I don't often go too deep on that side. Take another breath. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to come back up, and we're going to take this right knee, and we're going to cross it now behind that left, and then open up a little bit into that shoelace, and then sit back again. Now, look, my top knee can roll off the earth, and I already taught a class this morning, so it's pretty open for me to sit right down into it. But if you're a little higher, these knees are crossed, that's totally fine. Yeah? Make it yours, watching what your body needs. We don't need to kind of force ourselves into these shapes and cause injury. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then coming back up, hands and knees. We're going to take that right leg long behind us, toes curled under, and then just sit back as you lengthen that leg. Now, from here, you can keep that right leg out behind you and take that left arm long, or you can lift that right leg and take that left arm long. Wherever it is for you, focus. Breathing in, breathing out. Two more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Ooh. Bring that hand down, knee down if you lifted them. And we're back into that tabletop. And we're going to curl the left toes under, just the left. And then lift into that cow pose, lifting our heart, opening it up. Tail lifts. Breathing in, breathing out. Just take a moment. Beautiful. Take another breath. And then begin to round into that cat. And keep the toes turned under on that left foot. Breathe there for a moment, and then moving. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling, hollowing out to cat. Inhaling to cow. And exhale, hollowing out to cat. Beautiful. Now here, neutral spine, we're just going to sit back into that left heel a little bit. Yeah, and just kind of find your way there. And as you know, you can always kind of sit up into it. It's much, much deeper. I can do that more easily on this side. Or keep the hands down. Whatever it is, make it yours. One more breath here. Yes, nice release. Come back up, tabletop. That left knee slips behind the right and the feet open up a little bit. And then again, really this is your journey, kind of that crossed legs, kind of sitting back. Yeah, maybe it's a little higher. Maybe you go a little deeper. And there's always that option. Maybe you don't do it at all if it's just too many bits and pieces in your body that resist it, right? Make sure that you take care of yourself. A few more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then slowly from here, we come back up. And we take that left leg behind us, curl the toes under, extend that leg long, and just melt into that heel. Up the back of the leg, should feel good. 1 more breath. And then as we come into some balance, here's that option. So you can keep that back leg long like it is, lift the front arm, or you can start lifting that back leg and then lifting that front arm, whatever it is for you. Breathing in, breathing out. You might curl the toes under or not. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And the hands come down, knee comes down. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to curl both toes under, and we're going to lift to a downward dog. And this is where there's so many options. You do not have to come into a downward dog. You can always stay into a little bit of a child or a puppy dog. You can slide blocks under your hands and lift that way. Nice way to take a downward dog with those blocks. Getting a little bit more lift for the hips and the back of the body. Let your head release. Let your neck go. Take your time. Breathing in, breathing out endlessly. And pushing through the hands, lengthening the spine, spreading the sit bones and melting down into the heels. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath, wherever you are, downward dog or child. And then we're all going to slowly make our way to the front of the mat. So however that is for you, we're going to come up to the front of the mat. And we're going to take and find a half lift. So hands can come to the thighs, crown of head out in front, tail reaches behind. Take a breath here. Inhale. And then soften the knees and fold in on that exhale, right? So these knees do not need to be long. Let the head go. Shift the weight a little bit, side to side. Just feel that nice energy up the back, the hips, the back of the legs, the neck. Good. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. And then begin to lengthen the spine, slide the hands back to the thighs and get that half lift. And then sit a little bit lower here and sweep the arms all the way out and up. So coming all the way up. And then hands come into your heart center and just bow into your heart space again. Yeah, should feel nice. Take your breath. Beautiful. 1 more. And then take these arms, we're going to begin to reach them all the way out and up to the sky. And we're going to take these arms and bring them to a T, right? So as we stand here, just kind of moving around so you can see we're zipping up the legs and the waist draws in, and then open up that heart a little bit as you lift the gaze. Beautiful. And then from here, you're going to cross that right arm over the left, and we're going to just find those shoulders here. So you're kind of giving yourself a nice hug. Take a breath here, inhale, and then just kind of draw yourself in, almost like you're coming into a nice big ball here. Just bend the knees a little bit. Take another breath. Exhaling out. And then rolling up. So tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Feel that nice stretch into the back of the body, and open your heart back up. Beautiful. And then coming to the other side, crossing that left arm over the right, maybe kind of finding those shoulders again. Inhale, lift the heart. And then begin to roll yourself in. Take your time finding it, right? Tucking the tail, breathing into the back of the body, a little bit of energy into those inner thighs. One more breath. Beautiful, and then tuck the chin, tuck the tail as you roll yourself up. And at the top, the heart opens this time. Just open it up. Hands come back up to the sky and draw into your heart center. Really nice. We're going to do a little bit of these knee down lunges. So if you need a blanket or a towel underneath the knees, then do. Take a nice inhale, open up that heart. Soften the knees and fold forward, Uttanasana. Half lift as we grow long. And then from here, step that right foot back. Bring the right knee down, so that's where the blanket might come underneath that right knee. And the toes, I keep mine curled, you might not, it's up to you. And we're going to take an inhale, just lift the heart, so opening up that heart out in front. And then exhale, we're going to extend that leg a little bit and round in. So don't be too you don't have to have a straight leg. We're moving here. We're going to inhale, shimmy forward, open up that heart. And then rounding back as you exhale. Beautiful, feels good. Two more like that. Inhale, opening up that heart. And exhale, draw the navel in as you round and sit back. One more like that. Inhale, open up that heart. Beautiful. Now, we're just going to come back a little bit more neutral. And we're going to take the hands up onto the top of that left knee and lift our chest up. Shoulders over hips. Slight tuck of the tail, getting into that front hip flexor. A little stretch there you might feel into that quad. And then from here, we're going to take the arms, reach both of them up to the sky. Find that inhale. Bring the palms down to your heart center as you exhale. Balance, focus, right out in front, that drishti point. And then from here, lift the navel in and up. We're just going to take a little twist. So we're going to twist towards the left, and then bring that right hand down to the outer edge of that knee, and left hand comes to the hips, and take it a little deeper. Good. Breathing in. Just like we did when we were seated, but there's more balance, there's more action, there's more focus required, right? Beautiful. And then come out of this. Hands come back down to the blocks. Woo. And we're going to take and lengthen that left leg. And we're going to pause now on this. So maybe you walk that left foot out a little bit more. That's kind of how I like to do it. Or you shift that back knee back a little bit. And the more you walk that foot out, the more you need to kind of lengthen and get that left sit bone back to find a nice sort of balance in the physical body. And then exhale over this leg. Taking a few breaths. Good. Settle the mind. 2 more breaths. Should feel good because you're not being pushy, pushing yourself into the shape. Beautiful. And then very slowly, we're going to come back up. And the hardest part is kind of getting that left leg back in a little bit to a sweet spot. Good. And then leaning forward, we're going to curl the right toes under, lift that right knee. And you've got so many options here. You kind of take a lot of little steps to bring that right foot forward, or you can kind of get a little bit of spring and step it forward, or attempt to get spring. Slide the hands to the thigh, get that up, lift, and melt into that Uttanasana. That should feel good. And then from here, root to rise, making it yours, sweeping the arms all the way out and up, palms together at the top, hands draw into your heart center. And then pause there. Again, here we are, standing tall, Tadasana, hands at prayer. Good. Now, from here, we're going to take these arms again, reach them up to the sky, and then bring them back out to that T. So as we find that T, just again, let the shoulders melt, let the heart open. Good, take a breath. Now from here, we're going to take these arms, bring them down, and if it feels okay, interlace the hands behind you, or bring them into your lower back, right? So really, when I say if it feels okay, it's about honoring your shoulders. So maybe you interlace the hands behind you. Maybe that's too much on a bad shoulder, like a shoulder that has discomfort, or tight shoulders. Take a nice circle, inhale, exhale, lengthen the neck and feel this nice space, whatever it is, hands in the lower back, hands interlaced. Feel that you're lifting up and opening the heart as you melt the shoulders, right? Nothing forced here, right? It's all connected with the breath. One more breath. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to take and release the hands from wherever they are, and we're going to slip into our chair pose. So look, it doesn't need to be deep and huge, but I do want to see that there's some alignment. So I don't want the knees kind of like splaying out like this. I want the knees underneath. The feet can be wider, or they can be a little closer together. And if the arms feel tired, just bring them down to your waist, and a little slight tuck of the tail, a lift of the pelvic floor. 2 more breaths. I know, working a little bit. 1 more breath. Beautiful, and then push out of this, coming back up to standing, sweep the arms up to the sky, and then fold forward again, exhaling. Should feel nice, take your time. Find that half lift, hands to shins now, or maybe still at the thighs, it's all good. And then as we bring the hands down, you might slide those blocks in, and then step that left foot back. Set it up. And left knee comes down to the earth. And again, those toes can stay curled under or not. Gaze out in front. And we're going to take that nice inhale as we lift our chest. And then here we're going to exhale as we extend that right leg long. Don't get too wrapped up in, we're not going so deep, we're moving, remember? So we're going to inhale, come back. So I don't want you to feel you have to change all your structure to take that extended leg. Just exhale, reach it long and over it. Good, 3 more. Lifting forward, opening the heart. And exhale, growing long. 2 more. Open up that heart. Exhale, extending, growing long. Last one here. Inhale, moving forward. Exhale, taking that nice shape. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're coming forward again. And we're going to slide the hands up onto that top of that right knee and lift up. Watch your balance as I almost fall over. Gaze out in front, shoulders over hips, and a slight tuck of the tail, right? And you might, again, bring a towel underneath that left knee. Take your time. And then from here, we're going to sweep the arms up to the sky. Relax for a moment. Yeah, settle in. Palms come down through the heart center. And then lift the waist in and up as we just begin to take that torso and turn it a little bit over to the right. And then bring that left hand down to the hip, right hand down, left hand to the knee, right hand to the hip. And then take a little twist here. Yeah, breathe. Yeah, same twist we did earlier, except now there's balance, there's muscles kind of engaging to keep that balance. Beautiful. And then as we unravel, hands come back down either side of that foot. You might slide them onto that block. And then here we go, just taking that right leg. We're going to walk that foot out a little bit further or not, right? Up to you. And then lengthen out over it. So the right sit bone reaches back, the left hip rolls forward. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale. And just taking a few breaths here, that time with yourself. Slow it down. Try not to land behind that knee, but a little bit of that right sit bone reaching back as you reach forward. Good, 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Really nice. And then slow, as I said, here's that hard part as you bring that foot and kind of slide it back a little bit. And then we're going to lift that left knee up. And the option, lots of little steps, or maybe there's a little spring as you spring forward. Hands to the thighs, half lift, lengthen. Melt into that forward fold. Ooh, Tanasana should feel nice. And then from here, root to rise, coming all the way out and up, opening up to that heart. And hands come down to your heart center. Perfect. And just pause. Notice how you feel as you slowly open up this body. My legs are feeling energy and good. So we're going to take these blocks, if you have them, or props, and I'm just going to put them kind of right out in front of me because I'm going to use them. And if you don't have them and don't use them, that's up to you, but you can always use blocks or cans of soup or something solid that's not going to collapse under your weight. And we're going to take and bring this right foot, we're going to cross it over our left. So that same thing we did when we were seated, we're going to do here. And then just kind of shift a little bit. Kind of zip up those inner thighs. Take these arms up to the sky. And then from here, palms together, you're going to come into that prayer, but keep moving. You're going to begin to lengthen the spine. And then fold into it. Now that's where the blocks come in. Your hands can come on the blocks and you might shift a little bit more. And then settle into this nice stretch up. It's a little bit more on the outer edges of the legs, possibly, right? If you need to, bend the knees a little bit more so that you can get more length into the lower back. Let the head go. Take a few more breaths. And again. 1 more breath here. Love it. And then ever so slowly, just get a little bit more length in the spine. And then take that left foot and bring it back alongside so your feet are alongside each other. Find that length. And then from here, settle back into that forward fold. And then tuck the chin and roll yourself up. Arms are long. Head comes up, shoulders melt down. Chin again, just pause. Refinding that balance. Inhales and exhales. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now, coming to the other side. So taking that left leg, crossing it over the right, and just shimmying around a little bit. Making sure those blocks are close by, and then begin to just sweep the arms up. Find that balance. It's a little challenge. And then palms together as you fold through that center line of your body. Maybe the hands find those blocks as you arrive. I like to take a little half lift there to get a little more space into the hips, and then melt in. There it is. Let it go. This side for me, just for some reason, feels much deeper, a little bit more into the outer hips. And just endlessly let the head go. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And find that long spine, that half lift as you grow long. Melt and releasing them. And then from here, just slowly take that right foot, step it alongside your body, and release the arms, soften the knees, and roll yourself up. Opening up at the top, heart opens, and just pause there. Just make sure you find your balance. 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more breath. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to do some standing poses. So we're going to take and step this right foot back. And we're going to come into this warrior one with that left leg forward, left knee bent, and that right hip rolls forward, right? So the toes on that back foot are at about 2 o'clock. That right hip rolling into neutral. And bring the hands to the hips. And just feel from that energy from that back foot to the crown of head. Yeah, take another breath here. Good, 1 more breath, some strength. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to take these arms, reach them up to the sky, and then we're going to bring them out to that T. We're going to cross that right arm over the left. So maybe you give yourself that hug arm, or you come into that eagle arm. Relax the toes. That's what I just did. Feel that breath. Take a breath again. And then from here, begin to lengthen forward a little bit. And then just let yourself move into this nice kind of humble warrior with that eagle arm. Now, if this feels too much on the arms, just release them and bring them to the top of that knee. Bowing in. Working these legs. Beautiful. Now, from here, wherever you are, release the arms and then slowly lengthen that front leg and hands come down to the blocks or the earth. And remember that back foot can always step in. Feel the breath, inhale, and then exhale. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful, bend that front knee. And then step forward. Find that half lift, grow long. Melt and release, Uttanasana. And root to rise all the way out and up, reaching for the sky, heart opens, and palm draws into that heart center. And then from here, just coming to the other side. So we're going to take that left foot, and we're going to step it back. So as we do, finding that warrior one on the other side, right knee over that ankle, that back foot is turned out, the toes at about 10 o'clock or so. Gaze out in front, heart is open. Feel the breath here. Just focus here. Just take a pause into this warrior one, kind of that bottom half, but still the heart is open. 1 more breath. And then from here, sweep the arms up to the sky. Reach them out to that T. And then take that left arm over the right. And again, you might find those shoulders. You might come into that eagle arm. Take another inhale. And then begin to reach forward, kind of reaching from that back foot. And then slow, begin to let yourself just round in a little bit. So again, with this eagle arm, you can keep it there or slide the hands to the top of the knee. Little stronger, gentle yoga today. So just take your time to find your way through it. 1 more breath. And then all of us release our arms. They come down towards these blocks and we extend this right leg long. Take a breath. Get a little length there. And then melt into it. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhales. And these exhales. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly we're going to bend this front front knee, and we're gonna step ourselves forward. Find that half lift to grow long. Mouth Uttanasana. And then root to rise all the way out and up, reaching to the sky. Palms together at our heart center. And just pause there. Just tap back into that space of goodness, space of self-care, honoring yourself. So from here, we're going to take that and bring it all together. So it's a little challenging, and I love the idea of, we're going to come into Gomukhasana, by the way, eagle pose. So we're going to stand tall, and if you have something, again, a book or a block, place it over to the left side of your foot. We're going to take this right leg, lift it up, and then just place that foot onto the block. I'm just going to call it a block. You may have a book. And then from here, find that drishti, that focus. Bring the arms out to that T, and that option, taking the arms, finding opposite finding opposite shoulders, or moving into that eagle. Focus. Lift up onto the ball of that foot if you can, and then sit into it a little bit. Yeah. So wherever you are, you might not use the block at all. You might lift that right foot and wrap it around and sit a little lower. It's up to you. Breathing, focusing, a little more gentle. Find that space that's comfortable but also challenging. One more breath. Beautiful. And then as we come out of this, we begin to stand tall. You can reach those arms up to the sky. Right foot comes down alongside left, and hands come to your heart center. Really nice pause there. And then coming to the other side. So this right block or books, bring it to the right side of your foot. Standing tall here. We're going to start, left foot kind of finds the block. Yeah, and just kind of establish your balance. Gaze out in front. And then arms come to that T. And same thing, but opposite arm on top. So the right arm goes on top. The hands either find the shoulders, or maybe they come into that eagle arm. Take a breath, inhale, and then sit into this on that exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, it can be really deep if you like, and you can really challenge that balance by playing with wrapping that leg and zipping up those inner thighs and focusing, or you might soften it a little bit, come a little higher, hands at shoulders, it's all fine. One more breath wherever you are. And then slowly coming out of this, let the arms reach to the sky, let that left foot come down, and hands to the heart center. Bow in. Yeah, feeling that strength that we just found, that strength for the day, right? But also that softness of breath. We're going to bring this down and do some nice work on our backs. So taking a nice inhale, sweep the arms up. Soften the knees and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Half lift as we grow long. And then make your way back. You might find that downward dog, or you might come into that child. Whatever it is for you. And in that downward dog, just stay connected to the breath. Reach out of the shoulders. Lengthen the neck. 2 more breaths. And again. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to all bring our knees down to the earth. Good. And you can slide into your child if you like, but if your knees are bothering you, just come onto your back and just draw the knees into your chest, or just keep the soles of the feet onto the earth. Wherever you are, we're all moving towards our back. So if you need to just pause here in child, which I love, take a moment there. And again, another breath. Yes, and then slowly lifting yourself up, and then making your way onto your back. Nice. And then soles of the feet onto the earth, and the ankles kind of underneath the knees, and the heels in line with your sit bones. Just pause there. Bring the feet a little bit wider and the knees together, just kind of opening up that lower back a little bit more. We did a little bit of that opening up when you cross the legs into that Gomukhasana. There is an actual opening of that lower back as well there. But in this constructive rest, it feels nice as well. Just let yourself go. Just take a few breaths here. That wonderful practice that sort of build up to a peak pose today of Gomukhasana, that eagle arm and eagle legs. Just feel it into your body. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to just walk the feet back together so they're underneath the knees. And this is again where those blocks can slide in, or blankets or props, placing them either side of the thighs. And then bringing the soles of the feet together as you open those legs up and move into this supta, that reclined Baddha Konasana. So we worked a lot on the outer hips. Now just a nice release into the inner thighs. Arms can be to a T with that heart open. And just let yourself breathe. Inhales and exhales, just settling you in for a moment, just letting these hips release, settling you in more, hopefully. Take another breath here. Perfect. And then just allow these hands to come to the outer edges of the thighs as you help these knees come together, soles of the feet onto the earth. And you can slip these blocks away, keep them close. We'll be using the support a little bit later. And then bring the feet back underneath the knees, ankles underneath the knees, heels in line with sit bones, palms come down. And we're going to slowly peel that lower back off the earth, reaching the knees forward, hips begin to expand in the front. And then here's that option. We did it standing. You can maybe, if it feels right on your shoulders, walk those hands underneath you and slightly walk the shoulder blades together. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. And then lower down slowly with that exhale. Beautiful. Draw these knees into the chest. Give them a juicy hug in. Yeah, a little massage of that lower back if that feels good to you, or just stillness. Two more breaths. One more breath. Perfect. And then from here, we're just going to take this into a twist. So you can take this twist from your legs tucked in and then take them to the left, or you can bring your soles of the feet down onto the earth and take the twist that way. Yeah? And here's another place. Maybe you slide that block in. You can come either direction, right or left. I'm heading to the left. And that opposite arm might open to a T. And open that heart, relax the shoulders. A few more breaths. feel good. Just let the muscles relax. Doesn't need to be deep and huge, but deep in the sense of settling the mind. One more breath here. And then draw the navel in and up, taking these knees back to center. And again, maybe you draw them in for that another nice juicy hug. And then taking it to the other side. So again, legs can stay lifted, or you can bring the knees down and take them opposite direction. Maybe sliding a block underneath. That opposite arm might open out to the side. And just breathe there. Inhales and exhales. Take your time. The heartbeat open. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then bring these knees back into your chest. Nice hug. And then we have a couple of options here before we come into final relaxation or shavasana. So I just have with me a block. My blankets are off screen, off shot over there. But if you have a blanket or a rolled towel, like I've sort of suggested some of you have, whatever it is for you, just lift that lower back and slide, whether it's that blanket, that towel, or that block, and it's underneath sort of the base of the spine, that sacrum area. So it's a supported bridge, and if it doesn't feel right, then it isn't right. I really want you to find by moving that block around, where you can get some ease and some comfort. It's just right at the base of the spine. There's a little sort of diamond plate there, I love to say, and that's kind of where our sacrum area is. Now you can stay here. This might be just perfect, or you might take the knees in, not too far, and then you might take the legs up, right? So I'm gonna bring my feet back down and adjust this just a little bit further down. Yeah, and then the legs go up. Find what's right for you. The block I have is really hard, so normally I use a blanket. I'm just being lazy. Good, just take a few breaths here. And just let yourself go. So if you've taken your legs into this inversion, nice kind of flow of the blood through the legs, back down into the heart. Two more breaths. And if you like, you can stay here with the legs to the sky much longer, a few breaths longer, whatever it is for you. I know I have a student, she just takes her whole shavasana like this. She just loves this shape, the sensation, and stays that way. So it's up to you. Soles of the feet to the earth. If you like, slide that block out from underneath you. And then take the legs long. Spread the shoulder blades. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale out. And just let go. Taking this practice and dropping down. Really connecting down into this earth. This practice today, allowing you to set your day and that intention of loving kindness and moving with more ease, taking that with you. Again, you can stay here in this Shavasana as long as you like, right? Or maybe not all day long, but or you can just kind of bundle yourself up and roll to your side into that fetal position. Wrapping yourself up for a moment. And then lifting yourself up, rolling up to your seat. Bringing your hands to that heart center, palms together, and bowing down. Bowing down to all of that light and love inside of you. Take a nice inhale as you lift your head. Exhale out through the mouth. And inhale together for Om. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope you have a glorious day in whatever it is you're up to. Do it with that sort of mindful intention of walking with love, self-care, sending out love to your people. Namaste.